What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking for my top 10 favorite movies of 1992. So this is part of a new series that I'm going to be doing for Top 10 Tuesdays, where I rank 10 of my favorite movies from each year since I was born. So I thought I'd go ahead and get started, and this week I'm starting with the year that I was born and everything, so I thought I'll go ahead and just get going. Coming in at number 10 is Candyman. I really enjoy this movie quite a bit. I think that Candyman is a really good mystery horror movie. It has a really good story, a great cast, a wonderful performance by Tony Todd as the titular character. He's just creepy as hell and everything, and does such a great job playing the character. And then Virginia Madison is excellent in here too, and everything. And it's kind of has like a 90s thriller vibe to it as well, and everything, while also being this mystery and kind of a horror movie as well too. And they do a great job with the building up the suspense and everything, and building out the lore of who Candyman is and stuff. So I really love this movie. It's always been one that I've always really enjoyed quite a bit and everything. So Candyman is number 10, and number 9 is A River Runs Through It. This is a good little drama movie with Brad Pitt and Tom Skerritt, and pretty much in this movie Tom Skerritt plays this father of these boys that he raises in the country, and that they go spend their time going fly fishing, and the movie kind of just follows their lives and everything, and how they come back to the fly fishing and everything. And it's just a really good little family drama movie and everything. It's one that I've always really enjoyed and everything. It was an early Brad Pitt movie, but it's always been one that I think is a pretty solid time and a really decent movie and everything. So A River Runs Through It is number 9, and number 8 is Forever Young. Now this is a really entertaining movie. I really enjoyed this one. Mel Gibson is absolutely amazing. Here is this man who spends like, I think, 20 years frozen and everything, or 50 years or something like that. He's frozen for a long time, and no, it'd be about 50 years, because he starts getting old as the movie goes on. That's one of the parts of the premise, is that he comes back to life in modern times after being frozen for 50 years, and he befriends this boy and his mom and stuff and everything, but time starts to catch up with him, and he starts aging rapidly and stuff, and he's got to figure out like what to do with his life and stuff, with the little bit of time he has left and everything. But this is a really good movie. Mel Gibson is absolutely amazing in here and everything, and you got a great child performance from Elijah Wood, who is great in here, and Jamie Lee Curtis too has a small role. She's not in it a lot, but she's great too, and I think all of the main cast are great in this movie, and this has just always been a movie that I've always really loved. So Forever Young is number 8, and number 7 is Batman Returns. I really love Batman Returns. It's one of my favorite Batman movies. I think the Penguin is one of the best Batman villains and stuff as far as movies go and stuff. I think that Danny DeVito's version of the Penguin is just absolutely amazing. I love Colin Farrell's version too, but Danny DeVito just did such an excellent job in this movie and everything. And then Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. She's one of the best, if not the best, Catwoman. She's sexy, she's cool, she's just great, and Michelle Pfeiffer is amazing. And then Michael Keaton is just, once again, absolutely great as Batman and Bruce Wayne. He's always been great as the character, and this one he is no exception. He's still just as good in this one, and I think it's a really good story. This does have more of a Tim Burton feel to it, which I kind of like that and everything. I like the Tim Burton feel to it, and I think I enjoy this movie a lot more than the first one because it has Tim Burton's signature style to it and stuff too. And I think this is a really good movie. It's way better than most people give it credit for. Yes, it's really dark and stuff, but so are a lot of the other Batman movies we've had since then and stuff. But this movie was kind of ahead of its time as far as being a dark and gritty Batman movie before dark and gritty Batman movies were a thing. So, Batman Returns is number 7, and number 6 is Home Alone 2. I absolutely love this movie. Now, this is kind of a rehash of the first one. Pretty much everything that happens in the first one conveniently happens in this one. But, it is a good, makes for a good double feature with the first movie. Like, they complement each other really, really well. And this movie is just a blast from start to finish. It takes everything you loved about the first one and ups it, the bigger stakes, because it's in a bigger setting in New York instead of just his home and everything. So he's got a lot going against him and stuff, hiding out in a hotel, pretending to be his father so that he could stay there and use his credit cards and stuff. It's all kinds of fun stuff that nowadays would never work. And it's just a really, really good story and everything. And I think the traps and stuff are, I don't know if I'd say they're better than the original, but they are definitely really fun and everything. And they did try to go bigger with the traps. I'm not saying bigger was necessarily better, but it worked here and everything. There were some really funny moments and stuff, especially the scene when Marv keeps getting hit in the face with the bricks. I don't know why, but that scene just always cracks me up. It's like he murdered this dude like 4 times in a row right in front of us. But the cartoony violence is just tons of fun and everything. And this is just a really fun movie. So Home Alone 2, Lost in New York is number 6. And number 5 is School Ties. This is a drama movie with Brendan Fraser. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I'm actually going to be reviewing it actually here pretty soon, but this movie is really, really good. It's one of the first movies to star Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It might even be their first movie together and everything. This predates Good Will Hunting, though. I know that for sure. This might have even been how they met. I don't know 100%. I don't know too much about their friendship, except they've been friends since the 90s. And this is one of their first movies together. And it's a really good movie. Brendan Fraser plays this Jewish guy who is dealing with a lot of anti-Semitic kids and stuff. It's set in the early 50s. And they did a really good job with this movie. And Matt Damon is really good in here. He's really an unlikable prick and everything, but he does such a great job at playing him and everything. So I'll say he gave a great performance. Ben Affleck is barely in the movie. He's a very small role and everything. Matt Damon's actually a supporting role, or technically the second lead main character if you really want to get technical and stuff. But Ben Affleck is great too in the little bit of scenes he's in. But this is Brendan Fraser's movie. He carries the movie really well, and I really enjoy this one quite a bit. So I'll talk more about it in my review, but School Ties is number 5, and number 4 is Reservoir Dogs. I absolutely love this movie. I'm a huge fan of Quentin Tarantino, and this was a really great directorial debut for Quentin Tarantino. It's got a great cast and everything. Harvey Keitel, Steve Buscemi, Michael Madsen, Tim Roth. They're all amazing in this movie and everything. I think everybody has their moments to shine. Everything. I think Michael Madsen steals the show the most, but everybody in this movie is great and everything. I really like Harvey Keitel and Steve Buscemi as well, and the whole situation that they get themselves into, it just escalates so crazily and quickly, and by the end of the movie it keeps you guessing on what's going to happen. And it's one of those movies that just every time I watch it I enjoy it a little bit more and everything. It's always been one I've always really liked and everything, so it's really good and everything. Reservoir Dog is number 4, and number 3 is The Babe. This is a biopic based on the life of Babe Ruth. Now, I know that this movie isn't fully accurate and stuff, but I've always absolutely loved this movie. I know there aren't very many people that even acknowledge that this movie exists, but it's got a really good story. John Goodman is just absolutely amazing here as the Babe. I think that he gave a really great performance. Even he's critical of his own performance, though, and says that it's one of the worst performances he ever gave. I don't see it. Personally, I think it's one of his best, but I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. And as a fan of Babe Ruth, I've always had a fascination with this movie, even though I know it's not fully accurate. As a kid, I always really loved this one. It was one of my favorites ever since I was a little boy and stuff. And I'm not really a big sports person. I like some baseball movies, and this is one of the ones that I have always really liked and everything. And I think it's a really entertaining biopic and stuff about the greatest baseball player that ever lived to most people. I don't know if I'd say he's my most favorite, but he's definitely one of them for sure and everything. So The Babe is number 3, and number 2 is Unforgiven. This is a Western with Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman, and I absolutely love this movie. It was Clint Eastwood's last Western movie that he directed and starred in, and it's a really, really great movie. The story is really well done and everything. I love the whole going in to protect these women story and everything, and by the end of it, he's getting revenge and stuff, trying to avenge Morgan Freeman and a bunch of other characters that this guy has wronged him with. And Gene Hackman is so good as the villain in this movie. You want to see him pay for the crimes that he commits at the beginning of the movie and stuff, and when finally do, it is very satisfying. And this is just a really, really great Western movie too, and everything. It's one that I haven't reviewed yet, so I'll have to talk about it sometime, but I really love Unforgiven, so it's number 2. But my number 1 favorite movie of 1992 is Aladdin. I absolutely love Aladdin. I think it's a absolutely hilarious and fun time. It's got great animation, a lot of heart, and tons of humorous jokes and stuff, thanks to the late great Robin Williams, who is just absolutely perfect as the voice of the genie. But I think everybody is great in their voice roles. The story is really, really good, and it's just a really, really great time. So I gotta say, I really love this movie and everything. So all in all, I'd give this one the number 1 spot for 1992 easily and everything. I'm so happy that I got to be born in a year where 2 of my favorite parts of Hollywood in the 90s came together, Robin Williams and Disney and everything, and created one of the best movies of that era as well too. So just everything about this movie is great. Aladdin is a really great main character and everything. I love like how relatable he is. He goes from this nobody to living in the palace, living a life as a lion, how it takes a toll on him, and it's really interesting character arc for him and everything. The genie is absolutely lovable. Jafar is a great villain. Jasmine's a wonderful princess. The Sultan is great. Iago is great. You just got an excellent group of characters here, and it's just a really, really fun movie. So Aladdin is easily my number 1 favorite movie of 1992. So anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite movie of 1992 is. If you want, tell me top 10 if you want. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.